I can just do one long stream.
So just 1, 2. Do you want to do a mic check, or do you think it's all good?
It should be all good.
Okay. Cool, Chris. Why did you get us all here together?
Oh, it's Princess Bride time.
Princess Bride time?
It's Princess Bride time.
I think I'm the only person that I know that has waited 29 years to see this movie.
That's inconceivable.
Oh God! And it's begun.
So that's gonna be the whole podcast right there. It's just
There you can do that.
and are we doing intro music?
Should
Right?
we be taking the soundboard
We'll do.
away from him?
My soundboard, that's my phone.
I don't know how to pause that. I don't see a pause button on there anywhere.
Does that work? Perfect.
Let's throw his phone against the wall.
What were we talking about again?
Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, Eric, how have you not seen this movie? How old are you?
I've had so many opportunities to, but
Yeah.
just time and time again, every group of friends that I've had is just like, we could do this or we could not, and everybody just chose not to. So it's taken me this long.
Those
But
are the two options.
usually there was never a third. It was watching this movie or not.
I guess we can introduce ourselves. That would be something. I'm Christopher.
Right. My name is Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh God! Oh no, it's not.
It's true.
He's
I'm
here.
just bad. I'm really bored.
I'm just-
That's a real letdown. I shouldn't have gone with such a mega star and then ended with.
Yeah, why are you
I-
lying? Why are you lying to people already?
Because I already know that.
I know my fan base,
I know.
and they're a bunch of liars.
I'm
like me.
sure you'll play Terry McGinnis in the future, and then it'll
Love to be Terry McGinnis. I'll be Batman.
be equal.
That'd be the only way I could ever be Batman is Terry McGinnis. Anyway, who are you?
I'm Eric. Just Eric.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's probably really smart not to say you were a celebrity. That was my first mistake.
Yeah, you've taken this from me.
First day jitters, though.
For sure.
It's just. And then we also have a fourth person. Did you forget your name?
No, I'm Kiana.
There's-
Oh. Well, it's wonderful. Welcome, Kiana.
Thank you.
She was eating ice cream, and I caught her just as she put a spoonful of ice cream in her mouth, and so yeah.
Waiting for the perfect time.
I was, yes. I wanted to make sure her introduction was memorable.
Yeah.
I'm hoping if everybody hears that one, they'll forget how bad my introduction was.
If
and
I hear-
how
I don't think
let
anyone
down
can
that
forget
was.
how big you are.
If I hear any chewing while listening back to this, I will murder someone, though.
I'm
Well, there's
sorry.
only 2 people you can murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically 3.
I have a better chance.
Just as a warning to
Just
the rest.
one will be an example.
It's me, the person not eating, but like, it's fine. I get it. You got to start strong.
Yeah, going back to the movie, I didn't realize how many pop culture references were from that movie.
All of them.
Yeah.
It's just a huge walking pop culture reference.
Now it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Spaniard with the sword.
Yeah.
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Inigo.
Well, I guess
what was the line?
We should probably start from the
The
top.
name
Like, I love how
is
it,
Inigo
and like
Montoya.
the beginning of it was. I don't love it, but it was like
They
a
use
little
the framing.
kid.
They use the framing device that they used in the book.
And it's totally.
It's
fair.
in the. It's meta.
I
do
love.
remember when I was a kid and I was first watching this movie. That kid who was just like, whoa, is this a kissing book? I was just like, I get this.
Freddie
kid.
Savage isn't about kissing books, man.
I wasn't either.
He's
when I
not
first saw
about
the
that
movie, but I
shit.
was
He's
super
about the
little.
Chicago Bears and this
Bears.
old man.
Cubs.
No,
Bears?
he was wearing a Bears
Oh,
outfit.
yeah, they had
he had
Cubs. They had both.
he had a Cubs
Pennant.
pennant. Yeah, but yeah, that kid didn't want to hear anything like that.
No.
And how that changed.
Remember when I first watched it, I was like, I think they finally made a character that I could like mesh with as a little kid.
It's always bad when you best relate yourself to the 5-year-old in the show. Oh, that's me. That's who I would be.
I've grown up since then. I don't mind the kissing books anymore. I just remember when I first saw it, I was really little. And I was
Actively seek out those. The Harlequin. I like 50 Shades of Grey.
Wha-
I like the Kissing.
Watch the cringiest things.
Midnight Sun came out. I like
Keanu.
how...
As soon as 50 Shades of Grey.
On that.
Okay, here's my little 2 cents on 50 Shades of Grey. Second one's 50 Shades Darker, right? That's black. Am I wrong?
I don't know if there's 50 different ways you can do gray.
Well, technically 100, because it's 50 Shades Darker.
I still never really understood that. Because,
I don't think it was well
what
thought
do you
out. I
mean?
don't think it was meant
But
to
what
be.
do you mean? Like, I'm 50 Shades of effed up. I'm like, but what does that mean? 50 Shades of
You can
effed
just
up.
say you had a bad
There's
childhood.
black and there's
That's
white.
usually what that means.
And then I'm 50 Shades of effed up. Yeah, but what does that mean?
So that sounds like a whole other podcast.
Anyway,
I think we could go in.
basically we saw an
Really
entire
detailed.
movie to show Eric a reference in Deadpool 2 that was PG-13.
And I immediately did show him that reference.
You know, the one thing I was
Worth
most
it.
amazed at in that movie, and it took me until halfway through to realize this, but the love interest is the dad from Liar Liar. And that blew my mind.
The love interest.
The
Oh,
Carrie Ewing.
Yeah.
what was his name in the
Carrie-
movie?
Wesley.
Wesley, yeah. Wesley is the dad from Liar Liar. And for those of you who have not seen Liar Liar, it's Jim Carrey trying to fight this super nice dude who he looks like a youth pastor in the movie.
Kind of
That's how that's how nice he is.
was a
I
stand-up
just
guy.
I just have been assuming for the past 20 years he was a youth pastor in the movie, and
can't
for the
remember
affection
what it
of this kid, and I haven't seen him in anything else until I watched that movie that we watched. I lost my train of thought. I've spilt ice cream on the table, and I don't remember what I was talking about.
But yeah, I liked how Princess Bride starts off. It's a storybook, and then it starts off with that classic,
Framing device?
just the farm boy and the
Oh, yeah.
maiden, and I really
Establishing shot is what I meant.
Yes, well that looked really great too. But I was mostly just thinking just the love story in general. But I kind of like that they skipped the love story.
Yeah.
Because they did. They just were just like, he was his servant. She totally digged that. And apparently so did he. And then they just fell in love, and it was the strongest love in the world.
Yeah, and like I like that you know what you're getting in a movie where the character walks in with a book and he's like, I'm gonna read your story. We know where it's going, but it was still surprisingly good.
You know what they
And
should
life
do?
in
They
terms-
should make a prequel about him doing chores for her and then falling in love.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine a bigger waste of time than that movie. I guess maybe 50 Shades of Grey. But like, but that's on par. Don't hate me.
Yeah, no, I genuinely liked it. I liked all the characters. There wasn't a character that I didn't hate, which is kind of rare in movies nowadays.
That's true. There's
You
always
know,
one
there's-
that irks you in some
Yeah,
way.
there's always one character you're like, I don't care for him, or even worse, I hate this person, and I did not have that realization throughout this entire movie, which I'm actually fairly impressed with.
I would have liked to see Wesley's Pirates life.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that would have been cool.
They jumped 5 years later, and he was
Also-
supposedly murdered by pirates, but no, he was the captain of pirates.
Does that mean he's a serial killer now, though?
Yeah,
He
I
kind of-
he,
They're famous for not
Well,
leaving
There are definitely
anyone
questions
alive.
that nobody asked when this
No,
information
you guys
was.
So he's been murdering a lot. Anyone
Yeah.
he comes across, he murders all of them.
He went into his backstory and how he didn't get killed and how that actually
He was-
wasn't really.
Very good at
No, he
sword
did.
fighting.
He got kidnapped by pirates.
But
Pirate
it-
captain said, I'll most likely kill you in the morning, but secretly he was training him to be the next captain. And that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, because he
He's
wasn't really.
a murderer. Like, straight up murderer.
Like, he takes
Like-
on the mantle, the Doctor Who title
But I mean,
of Dread Pirate Roberts.
he had to survive.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because
His main goal was to get back to Buttercup. That's her name, right?
And then he
Yeah.
had his.
Okay.
Then he
Yeah,
has.
it is a very ridiculous name.
Because he had the captain. Because he had the previous guy, watching him as the first mate. Like, fucking kill that guy.
Right.
Okay, I'm doing it.
But honestly,
He has to
isn't
do all of the hard
have
work,
to-
and then this.
You have to kill a guy to make them respect you. Like, really? Like,
I imagine he cried a lot. Like the first couple years before his heart was hardened, he cried a lot. And he was just like, I'm not a murderer. It's like, you are, or I'll kill you.
I mean, thinking about it, that is what a pirate would say if he had someone. He's like, I don't know what to do with it, but hey, I might kill you tomorrow. You know, it's something I would have to say, even if I was a nice guy who was a pirate. I know I wouldn't want to kill him, but I need to install that fear, you know?
But he did already murder everybody else. Wesley did not get on that boat alone.
This
but he did leave that boat alone.
This is very true.
But I have to hand it to him. He set sail to go find his riches so he could come back to Buttercup. And then he did. I'm assuming that he never actually said it, but I'm assuming he's ready to retire, which means he murdered a lot of people.
No, he did say he was ready to retire.
Yeah, but like, was it because he was rich by that point? I'm assuming it's because he finally made enough money.
He was going to make an ego, the next one.
Exactly. So I think the fact that he is ready to retire kind of means that he's rich now.
Yeah.
He's murdered enough that they can all live in peace someplace else.
I think, yeah. Because he's just kind of traveling by himself, you know, he's keeping an eye on, like, that part of the thing. I don't know how he heard about that entire plot. Like, did he get a tip-off in a pub?
That's what I imagine. Because, yeah, now we're on when
like,
they kidnap the princess.
Hey, the prince is going to start a war. Like, oh. He's going to kidnap the princess. Oh, I like that one.
Well, it could have been, too. Maybe he went to the Dread Pirate Roberts first.
Oh, yeah.
I could actually see the prince being like, hey, I need someone to murder my wife. I heard you're a freaking thug. So, would you be willing to kidnap and murder my wife? I'll pay you a bunch of money. And little did he know, he was talking to Wesley the whole time. And he's just like, who's your wife? Buttercup. Bitch.
Son of a gun.
If he's in town. Oh, I don't know.
So, like, yeah, I would have loved to have seen that whole backstory. And the fact that he's... Can you imagine his kids? What did your dad do for a living? He doesn't ever work. Well, he was a pirate for a really long time. Then he kidnapped a princess. He didn't really kidnap. She preferred to go with my dad because, you know...
No, he rescued a princess.
He rescued a princess. Yeah, that's better. And, like, I don't know if you can get more awesome in that story than being a pirate and then saving a princess by storming a castle that you can't even move. Because he was he was totally paralyzed that whole time. And it's just like, yeah, I did it with no hands behind anywhere.
Another thought, what if he got Me Too'd? Because what if someone found something in his pirate life that he did some stuff with women in his backstory, and then they brought it up and put it on Twitter, and then he got canceled.
Like some weird medieval cancel culture that's going on in this universe.
Wesley.
The cancel. Well, they would have to know it's Wesley first. He's been going by the Dread Pirate
Also,
Roberts
I think
for 5
the No
years.
Survivors thing really helps.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that starts
Who
on
knows
Twitter
what he did?
immediately. That cancel culture can't cancel you if they're all dead.
Yeah.
So, I still think... Okay, I guess that's towards the end of the movie. Where are we at now? The princess got kidnapped. I think...
Yeah, she got selected.
Yeah.
I think that was a nice band of villains at the beginning, you know?
They were lovable almost immediately.
Yeah, that was the most polite sword fight
Cassini.
I think I've ever seen in my life.
Just before the sword fight...
I was just waiting for him to get up.
No, when they first grab her, it's like, you didn't say anything about killing anyone. I'm trying to start a war. Of course. You know? And he's just like, this doesn't seem right, killing an innocent girl. Well, you're not, I didn't hire you to think, so shut up and row the boat. Like,
No.
I just... And then that little rhyming thing that they do. No more rhymes now, I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?
They wouldn't want the peanut?
Anybody want a peanut? No, I heard that there was a little trivia fact that everybody on the set went drinking, and Andre the Giant drank like 30-something beers. It's just...
This section of the podcast is trivia, possibly, maybe a lie. We'll find out. We're going to tell it to you like it's truth. It's a long working title, but I think that's how.
We'll get it done in post and editing once we hire someone to do that.
Yeah, but that's the
not
title.
gonna.
We'll just make that the title. It could be a lie, could be true. Trivia. You decide or don't. We don't care.
Colon, you decide? Question mark.
Andre the Giant had bad gas.
Yeah, I think I've heard about that too.
Yeah, so there's a true one.
There's a true one.
He was a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before, yeah. Okay.
And that is the extent of my knowledge of Andre the Giant. Besides the fact that obviously he's in the Princess Bride.
I think that... Who is it? I think he was taller than...
the other wrestler?
The other one.
Big Show?
Big Show.
Yeah.
I think he was taller than Big Show. Which
Big Show dressed like Andre. Like after Andre left, he had the little caveman tunic, one that goes over one shoulder.
Yeah.
No.
He does kind of look like a caveman. I don't mean any disrespect to the guy, but he's got the brow.
No, he had a good shtick, and he was really popular.
I don't blame that at all.
No.
But he also seems like the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
Like,
And honestly,
just unfortunate that he can't fit anywhere. Like, imagine a plane ride.
I don't know if that plane gets off the ground.
How's that?
Andre the Giant.
cool. So you've
economy class is not.
You bought the entire left side of the plane. Awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I need leg room. He has to be just the last one in, because nobody will be able to get in once he does.
Now
He's
think
got to be
about-
the last one in, first one out.
Think about buying a car. Just going through that whole process as
Yeah.
someone that big.
And that's why you have a tractor
How-
trailer
how-
for horses.
How big is he? Like tall?
He was.
Let's look that up right now.
This is definitely a fact none of us had on the top of our heads.
No.
7'2".
Ooh, any guesses? Okay,
No.
I'm going to say 7'5".
I'm
I
gonna guess
have
7'2".
no earthly idea. That's why I asked.
Take a guess.
Say-
You're shaking your head the entire time.
7'4".
How big was Andre the Giant?
Really? One less than me?
What'd you say?
7'5".
Okay, yeah, anybody, any
7'3".
guesses?
Yeah, I said
There you go.
7'2".
7'2"?
7'3".
7'5".
Okay. Okay, well, he is 500 pounds.
It's insane.
WWF. He was 6'11" tall and
Oh.
weighed 500 pounds. We gave him way more credit.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's one of those things where
He was a bigger tank.
where like
He was just tanking.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like with our guessing we've undervalued Andre the Giant. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, hey, I got a new computer. Guess how much it costs?" I'm like, $5,000. It's like, no, it was $200. It's like, yeah, but now I've taken value out of your computer.
Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't even want to see your computer anymore. Wait, so how tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
You're almost
We could hug.
tall.
We could hug and have a normal person hug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still 5 inches taller than that. It's still.
It's still big.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to
That's crazy. Sorry, I
Right.
just like
Picturing
my
somebody
brain
5
just
inches taller than me.
realized, because like that person is literally 5 inches taller than him. And
Yeah.
it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, I loved him trying to get up that mountain or the cliff. The cliffs of insanity, like absolutely ridiculous name. Love it, and I think about it every single time I look at the side of a mountain. Just any mountain. Doesn't even have to be a cliff anymore. I see that and I just think. Cliffs
And
of
granted,
Insanity.
both of them did this with just pure upper body strength.
Yeah.
Nobody used their legs for this.
Yeah, use them.
And they could have. The wall was right there. I would have absolutely.
Oh yeah,
done
no, it was a show off point
that. Yeah.
by then. He was
There
like,
it is.
"Oh, someone's following me. Someone's watching. Let me not use my legs. Let me show him that I'm stronger
And
and that I can do this with my arms."
But I mean, I wouldn't even be trying. He is lifting 3 other fully grown human beings.
Oh, that's right.
Andre the Giant wins.
They literally had a
I'm
harness
carrying 3
made
people.
for him to carry people up the mountain.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, he made that point while they were going up.
I'll just have to find myself another giant. Oh, don't say that, Fizzin, please.
Yeah, I love how
Fizzin.
Fizzin.
Vizzini, that's his
Vizzini.
name.
I love how nobody knows the actor's name, but they know him from almost everything.
Wallace
His
Shawn.
voice.
Is that his name?
Wallace Shawn.
Is he Vizzini?
Inconceivable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
His name.
I
Immediately
stand
proven
corrected.
wrong.
Yeah, no, but
Wow.
he's like a huge character actor that he's like one of those guys that'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know him. I don't know his
Yeah.
name, but I know him."
It's
I
just-
didn't even know his face. Like, all I know is just his voice.
Yeah, I watched.
Voice.
Yeah.
I watched BoJack, which they have him like, hey, it's Wallace Shawn, the inconceivable guy from Princess Bride.
That's just how he gets
He's
it.
also-
how they know him.
He's also Rex from Toy Story.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
like confrontations. That guy.
Yeah.
confrontation.
I love.
He's
I
had some
do-
good roles. He's had some good roles.
I do love that line where it's like, he didn't fall, inconceivable. You keep on using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. It's just like, perfect. Yes.
I thought it was clever.
This guy gets it.
I thought it was clever that Wesley was building up an immunity to that poison. Because he's like, this is going to happen at some point.
One day,
I'm going to trick someone
I'm
with
going
this.
to poison a bitch.
Yeah.
And
You're gonna have to poison the entire pie. I'm gonna have to eat the pie.
Because you know when he was like, let's do a game of wits, he's like, I know what I'm going to do.
Right.
I have a vial of poison just for this event.
Well, my favorite is just like, well, you know, Socrates, Plato, yes, morons. He's like, I got this. I am so got this. Then I challenge you to, because he didn't even hesitate at the end of it. He's like, very well, then I challenge you to a battle of wits.
And I feel like his entire rant screamed, I don't got this anymore.
Oh, man. Though I'll give it to him at the end of that little battle. He was confident. He was like, what in the world was that?
The oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, he can hear him doing it.
I know.
I'm just sure he can hear him
like,
switching them, and he's like, just
this.
like, oh, look, it's over. I'm trying to still look.
But that's the ultimate
Right.
boost of confidence, is knowing that no matter what he picks, you're going to be right.
Right.
And he's going to die. So,
You chose wrong.
yeah.
But, like, I think the sword fight is probably one of the best choreographed sword fights in a movie.
There was a part where he went under his legs
and
to
then
block and
swiped.
then jumped and swiped under his leg. That was amazing choreography.
Yeah.
I really did like it. And it
was a little bit ridiculous, but it wasn't like Star Wars lightsaber out there kind of a thing. It was like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
like
it's not the
fencing?
best, like, maybe.
if that was in a Star Wars movie, I wouldn't be upset with it.
No, I'm not saying Star Wars movies are bad. You just don't look at a Star Wars movie with all the flips and turns and spins.
Yeah.
You know? People do that during sword fights.
Mhm.
Yeah, people always do that during. No, you'd never expose your back to somebody in a sword fight or whatever. So like,
Yeah.
but this sword fight was, you know, it's, in my opinion, it's not like I'm a professional or anything. It just seen within the realms of possibility.
Fun fact: Christopher Lee, who plays Count Dooku in Star Wars, when he did his first lightsaber battle in Star Wars, he is the actor with the most sword fights, like ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's done the most. It was like over like 170.
Good for him.
Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
Good
good,
old Count Dracula.
good for you, Chris Lee. You have nothing else going for you, I don't think.
He had a death metal band.
Did he really?
That thing was amazing. No, it was like orchestral metal, something metal. He had a metal band, like a symphonic orchestra band.
Wow,
Metal
immediately
band.
proven wrong.
It was amazing.
I feel like you keep going back to metal band. It's like, actually, it was this. No, it was a metal.
It was some
was
sort of metal band. There was symphonic.
Wow.
It was. He did like historical.
Was this when he
things.
was younger?
No.
No way.
He is an 80-year-old
No
man.
way. Like Saruman screaming into a mic.
He's not
Get out of here.
screaming. He just has a deep booming voice.
Christopher Lee, you were surprising me even in death.
You're gonna have to.
And I appreciate it.
See
This
that.
section is called Proving Eric Wrong. And that's actually just sprinkled in through all of the sections.
So
It happens every day.
he also worked as a spy, or at least in the spy.
He worked as a spy?
Yeah.
Like in real life or in a movie?
No, in real life.
What?
In World War II.
Oh.
He worked with the what are they called? OSS?
The British.
What are they called?
British.
The Nazis, that's right.
The British intelligence. He worked with British intelligence. I don't know how much. He
Wow.
He had to tell Peter Jackson when he was like making the stab. It's not what a man sounds like when he dies. Something like that.
So I'm sure Peter Jackson was just like, sure, dude, whatever you want.
Wow, that was really
Yeah.
creepy of you to say, and I'm going to need you to get back and learn your lines.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so the sword fight was great. Absolutely loved it.
Hey, look, it's a ravioli
Looks like
pasty.
like a dumpling of
So
like a-
Kiana had taken out her
Pasty.
nipple pasties
and has made them into dumplings.
and
Yeah, pot stickers.
yeah. So just imagine a pot sticker or a dumpling or something like that, and that's what we're looking at right now because of reasons.
Sorry.
But
No, don't apologize. We're using it as material.
I don't know if I agree with Wesley not telling his true love.
Who he was right away?
He
Yeah.
wanted to fuck.
I don't
with
think
her.
I could refrain from doing that.
No, I would fuck with her.
I could not hold my excitement if that was me.
I don't know. It's just like, be chill. It's me. I love you. Let's run off together.
I mean, I know it's a movie, but I also feel like she should have been like, you look oddly familiar.
It has been 5 years, and it's not like they took any pictures together.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody that I haven't seen for 5 years, but I can't remember him. That's how much I know of him. So I do not blame her. She at least remembered his name and the generalness of him.
And
so,
his
like,
eyeballs.
This reminds me of
it looked like storms.
what is it?
Seas.
I remember
Stuff.
the Spirit comics when he's explaining the domino mask. Like, it's like, how is that little thing gonna protect your identity? Like, all right, describe me. It's like a white guy's chin. Oh, okay.
I feel like it's the same with Batman.
Yeah.
What hit you? I don't know. He was all in black. He looked like a giant bat, and he's definitely a white guy. I saw a white guy chin. But, I don't know. I got pummeled in the face by a giant bat. So
That would be the best disguise ever, is putting on a mask to change your skin color and then putting on the Batman uniform.
Yeah.
Nobody would know who you were.
And then dress like a woman. They won't even know what sex is.
And then put on a dress!
Who are you? Batwoman.
That reminds me of there was a line in I think it was Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, it was Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, Miles, like when Miles first does his thing, one of the firemen like, told you Spider-Man was black. It was like the first time Miles is like saving someone from a fire, and like without a costume.
As he's like
Like,
webbing away. It's
like-
like, called it.
called it. Told you Spider-Man was black.
After
After Peter Parker's dead.
Okay, so they're going into the fire swamp, and I think my favorite line ever, just before they get in there, is just like, "We'll never survive." Nonsense. You're only saying that because no one ever has. I love that kind of optimism. Holy crap. Or he's just like, no, everybody else before us died. We've never given it a shot. We'll survive. It'll be fine. Come on. And then
I mean, someone had to be
charged
optimistic.
right
And
there.
they do.
And then they do survive.
I want to know who played that overgrown possum rat thing.
His name is Derek. He's actually been in several movies before. He got his first start there, but then also did Predator.
Are you lying to me?
Fun facts that aren't true? No. Yes, I am lying to you. Absolutely lying to you.
I'm trying to think of the
It's
It's
guy.
like, wow, you did research on really weird things about this movie.
Random part. We don't know how tall Andre the Giant is, but like I got some rat knowledge for you, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna list the guy who plays. Who is it? Professor Flitwick, the Ewok.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ewok
Yeah, yeah.
guy, the Ewok.
Ewok
Nope,
guy.
nope.
I also
so
noticed that when they got out of that sand pit, sand was just everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was everywhere.
Absolutely.
That was not a like.
Probably wasn't a fun scene to do.
That
No,
wasn't that
no.
didn't look comfortable.
And like there was a moment where they get out
Have you
and
ever
they're both just like on the ground, just like, oh my god. And Buttercup has her face towards the ground.
In the ground.
In the
She's
ground,
got sand
and
all
she
over
coughs.
her.
And one thing you do after you cough is a sharp inhale. And I'm just like, oh, that's
Poor
so
thing.
much sand.
I know.
Yeah. And you know that wasn't the first take either. They did the best take, so they did that like 20 times.
Yeah.
I'm sure she didn't face plant it each and every time, but like, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
I think when we watched it, I even commented on that. I was like, "Why do you have your face in the ground?"
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, oh, Buttercup.
Like, you already can't breathe because you were under the sand for so long, so let's bury my face in more sand.
Well, Buttercup, like, I'm glad that, like, women characters nowadays are kind of going away from this, but she was freaking useless. There wasn't a single thing she
stood there
did
and
for herself.
She was going to
squashed.
kill herself. That
Yeah.
is something.
Yeah, that's the most action she's ever done in the movie, and she didn't even do it. She threatened it
I
and
mean,
didn't
she
get to it.
technically negotiated for Wesley's life.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
They were kind of
Except
at.
she-
Humperdinck didn't care if. Like. So if Wesley didn't stand down with Buttercup, I don't think that he would care if she died.
I'm
He would
all
just-
my money's
he
on
would-
Wesley that he would survive that situation. I don't know how, I don't know in what way he would survive it, but like based on what I've seen of this guy so far, I'm sure he would block all the bows because he's probably part Jedi.
I'm sure he would order shoot and try to get Buttercup. We're like, oh no, she got hit by a stray bullet. It was Gilead's fault. No.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
I
don't know,
did.
especially when
He
she
tried to
like
twist
he's
it.
being bitten, like or he's got like that rat has got like his shoulder or whatever, and he's screaming in pain. And it was just like,
She's just staring at him.
pick up the sword and stab.
She did everything but ask, hey, you okay?
She picked up a stick when she needed to.
Yeah,
when
but it was attacking her dress. Like,
let me involve myself.
I don't understand why everybody's all over Buttercup. To me, she's freaking useless. The movie's great. She's the worst.
You want to talk about that life-stealing machine real quick?
Ooh, I don't... Yeah, I guess we've gotten past that. I mean, before we get to that, I will say I did like how he flipped when he was just like, surrender! He's like, oh, you mean you wish to surrender to me? Very well, I accept. And I was like, well, you're a bold dude, and I appreciate you. Every step of the way. I would date Wesley. I think what I'm realizing right now is that I might be a little bit in love with Wesley. But yeah, I do not care for that machine. Are we assuming is it electricity that's pumping through Wesley during that torture machine?
No,
I didn't fully understand the
suction
machine.
cup.
All I knew is that it steals life from you, right?
It's a suction.
Like it takes years off your life.
So it's creating a vacuum.
Yeah.
But like, here's...
And is pulling, just sucking at him.
How sad would it be if he sucked so much? Because he sucked 50 years of his life. I doubt those people live for very
51.
long.
Remember?
Yeah,
because he did.
1 year.
He did
1 year before.
Yeah.
Like the other guy.
Miracle Max gave him some chocolate and he felt better, but like he's dying tomorrow, right? Like he had time to rescue her and then die the next day.
But
yeah. Oh well. Okay. Life expectancy of people back then was not great.
No, it was like 30.
yeah. He should have been dead when they took the machine.
He's
off.
ancient by the time he leaves that.
they
tree,
have old
right?
people. They have the king and the Miracle Max and the old lady.
That's true.
Was that Billy Crystal?
That was
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Which, if you did not tell me that was Billy Crystal, I don't know if I would have figured it out. The voice maybe would have done something, but I did not recognize him.
Also, I don't think that life machines. Are we gonna trust him that those things mean years? It just means it's just sucking stronger. I don't know if it's actually years.
Yeah, I don't think.
What is his test
the
subject?
Soul.
I don't believe he was
Who
smart
is
enough
this-
to build that.
No.
That dude does not look
that
smart enough
guy?
to build a
Yeah.
machine like that.
Six-fingered man?
Yeah.
Yeah, the six-fingered
He
man.
may have been.
I mean, he built the torture device. We don't know what it's doing. To me, it looked like an electric current was going through him. He was
I don't
just
think
like
it was
shaking, or when it goes all the way up, the way his body contorted to me looked more like electricity, but it didn't. I don't know.
It was
I don't
definitely
see how
suction.
I like to think
because there
that
wasn't any like suction.
Yeah, there was a suction cups.
No, there were suction cups, but it didn't look like anything had been sucking up. It didn't have like that hickey mark after they took it all off.
Well,
It just-
that was an oversight.
No,
Maybe
I'm
it was
gonna go
sucking
ahead
out
and
a
read
soul.
way too much into it based on what I'm seeing. I just like reading way too much into movies.
I did like the little dungeon hunchback guy.
Oh yeah,
He was
the
great.
pit of despair.
Yeah.
Don't even think about that. Like, it's fantastic. I'm so sorry.
It's crazy because I've seen gifs of him doing that head shake that
Oh, yeah.
that he does, and I had no idea where it was from until I saw him.
Yeah. See, I do love that gift. And like,
It's a good
especially
one.
with that context on there, it's just like, oh, so I can withstand torture. It's like,
No.
no. He is a freak, though, right? We do know, like, that's definitely canon. Because, like, he seemed to get off on it. He was, like, super excited this guy was about
Seemed to be
tortured.
dressed as a
Yeah.
monk, and
I don't know if he was a monk. He looked poor, for sure.
I'm sure he was just some sort of, religious figure who just went all the way.
All the way
He
back.
jumped the shark.
Just
Yeah, he looks like he hasn't seen
Sinners
the light of
diverge.
day in
I'm
years.
going to
Yeah.
punish the sinners. That is my lot in life. Everyone has spit on me since I'm albino or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what my life
definitely
is like.
Yeah, he had a little bit of the negatives going for him a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tad. He had that weird crust on the side of his mouth that I couldn't
Ew.
stop looking. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It
I
was,
forgot about the crust.
People
Yeah.
weren't really that pretty there.
No.
Wesley was.
Buttercup looks
me.
like she could be
Gorgeous.
from
Gods
the
themselves
office.
created
Yeah.
Buttercup could fit in the
She's like
office,
marble.
and
Buttercup could have what?
I think she could have fit in the office.
Yeah, she's boring enough.
Yeah.
Just go sit in the corner and do some paperwork.
Yeah, and that's their prettiest person
Yeah.
in the entire land.
I did like how they just straight up lit Andre the Giant on fire. They were like, this will probably work.
And like, he's just like, oh man, I just wish I had a wheelbarrow. Oh, we actually did have one of those.
I don't think any of them were too confident about the fire. I mean, it worked, but they were just like,
Did
wait, we're gonna what?
And he didn't tell them until they were already
there, yeah.
He was like, if we only had a black cloak, oh, I've got this right here. And he's just like, awesome. Follow me. Move me.
Yeah, I feel like if you lit me on fire, I'd break character immediately. Good job
I
for him.
wonder if they didn't tell Andre the Giant until he was just on fire.
I wonder if they replicated that scene in a WWE show. WWF.
Oh, yeah.
That
was during the Attitude Era.
That would be
where
nice.
Fire was
if
everything.
They did it.
I don't know. I feel like as far as things that would scare me, a man floating towards me on fire dressed like Death would do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this guy's wedding. Like, I don't care.
I don't even think I'm getting paid for this.
Right. Like, I'm not getting paid extra. They don't even have dental. I think fighting Death on fire is probably more the line is for me as well. But we need the gate key. I have no gate key. Pheasant, rip off his arms. Oh, you mean this? So great.
Yeah, there were a lot of good one-liners in that movie.
Yeah. Marriage.
Oh God, I hated that part.
That guy
has
tough.
The
most annoying voice in the world, and is probably the number one voice that comes into my head.
I trained for many years at the academy.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you.
Just think of his wife. Oh yes, dear. Let's go.
He looked like he was high up on. Was he Catholic? Is that what Catholics look like?
Do they have Catholics?
I'm pretty sure they were just called Christians back then.
Yeah?
They have.
Because I know certain Christians are not allowed to be married and live happily and have sex and stuff.
What?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because like
there's
priests and stuff.
There's some sects of Christianity that are way more hardcore than the others.
Priests can.
For sure.
And he looked like he was pretty high up on that. I know priests aren't the highest, but like
some
higher, you must not be
an
getting touched at all. You might not even be able to give a hug, right? Not even allowed to hug?
I think that...
Like the Pope probably doesn't hug, right?
Yeah, some of the... Well, I know
Catholicism is Christianity.
I know that like nuns back in the day had like strict... not syllabus, what's the word I'm looking for? Celibacy?
Yeah, celibacy.
Did you know that the first Pope had a wife?
I did not.
That's not hard.
I thought you were going to say that wasn't true. I'm sorry.
No, that's true. They named Peter the first Pope. Peter had a wife.
I'm pretty sure nuns are Catholicism, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think the whole no sex thing is Catholicism.
Uh-huh.
Which is...
Well, with the...
That's a whole other discussion on its own. I have thoughts on that. But I won't talk about it. But yeah.
The point is, he kills the six-fingered man. I think, it's like, I just think of all the lines. It's like, I have to say this perfectly. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Yeah, and like halfway through...
That's run through his head every day.
You kind of know how it's going to end, but they pull it off in such a good way that you're okay with it.
Yeah.
You know?
It was entertaining enough with the
it's a happy ending story.
Yeah.
And we all know how these fairy tales things end. But
it
was
literally right off into like the sunrise.
And it was very well executed. It wasn't one of those where the endings you're just rolling your eyes waiting for it to be over, you know. You almost wanted more, which is what I really liked about it.
And some of the concepts, I'll say when he was like, "No, to the pain." I was like, "To the pain." I kind of felt like the same way as the Prince at that point. I was like, "Not sure I'm familiar with that one." I don't know. But like, as he describes it, it's so harrowing. Like, chop off your wrist, chop off your
hands,
eyes,
your feet.
Tongue,
oh yeah, so all you can hear is people screaming at you.
Like, oh, that is awful.
And like that entire time, I'm just picturing that scene of him in Liar Liar where he's buying his son a baseball glove and he's so nice. And that's honestly that was my biggest mistake, was realizing that he was an actor from another movie that I love.
Yeah.
Because it just changed the character completely. I'm just like, oh, I can only see him as a 50-year-old man who's buying a baseball movie.
No, he's more of an Errol Flynn guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Errol Flynn-esque person.
Wait, is it?
You're describing a type of person.
I'm saying an actor.
Oh, I got you.
Who he's like the original Robin Hood.
Okay.
Like, original, and he did Men in Tights.
We kind of breezed right past the part, but like, I loved how polite they were to each other when he gets up the cliffs of insanity. I know we're jumping way back.
Yeah, it was the most polite sword fight I've ever seen. Like they actually took time to admire each other.
Like, you are wonderful. Thank you.
It was
hard to become so.
It's more like an anime.
Good job to the writers when Montoya first reveals like, oh, well, I'm not left-handed. You're like, oh, snap. And then they do the same reveal, and it's even better the second time almost. So I was just like, oh my gosh.
And it's like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah, that was, I feel like that was back when a time when people were choreography. When people were drawing choreography, they had it match up with the music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was a good reveal. I loved that Montoya was just looking down at him, and it was just like,
I can help you if you want.
It's like, oh, well, look, this isn't easy. It's like, I've got some rope up here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you want to help. I don't know if you want to accept my help, because I am only waiting around to kill you. Let's put it down for our relationship.
But I'm tired of waiting.
You're just going to have to wait.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It was good. And okay, so back at the end, always irked me a little bit when Montoya was just like, when Pheasant is just yelling for them. First off, I don't know why he's just in the courtyard just yelling, hoping that they'll just appear. Because he's got the horses, and he's like,
oh yeah,
go.
Assuming we find the lady. He has no idea
what was his next plan of action if that didn't work? Just wait?
Those guards are looking for him and everything, but he's so unfazed by it. He's like, I'm going to steal the prince's horses and literally just ride out.
Or he saw some horses through the window, followed the horses, and then he said like, oh look, a stable, I like horses.
Yeah, he seems like someone that gets sidetracked by pretty things a lot.
Like,
these horses are nice.
What am I doing? Oh,
we can ride horses.
Can he ride a horse?
Might be able to get out.
He
I
did.
mean,
He
was
rode
at the
away on
end.
the horse.
Oh.
The entire time, the horse is like, shit.
you just see the dip in the horse as it goes.
As soon as he gets
the horse is crawling behind all the other horses.
It's like how they sacrificed horses in old westerns.
It just
like if you see a horse fall down in an early western, that horse is dead.
Yeah.
And no, they sacrificed this horse for Andre the Giant.
Oh.
They just had to like, all right, put him on, and then they just have like 15 minutes before the back breaks, and they go on the next horse.
Oh. Well, I'm glad they don't make movies like that anymore.
Favorite characters?
I love Wesley.
That's fair. I feel like...
And probably Montoya.
Yeah.
Because he has an inhuman amount of blood.
Yeah.
No reason for him to have survived. Allah! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I did like what you said when we first saw it. It was just like, promise me money. Yes. Promise me everything that I want. Yes, all that and more. I want my father back, you son of a bitch. And you were just like, oh, can't do that.
Yeah. You've asked for the one thing he can't do.
Come on, there's so many other things besides your dad. Like,
I feel like that was
way more things that aren't your dad than there are things.
Yeah, that was the point where he could have been like, a car, like ask for something bigger.
No, he did. No, he did ask for. He said, "Promise me fortune. Promise me."
Yeah, he promised me everything that I want, but then all he asked for is first dad.
But I mean,
that's cute.
Do you really trust him to follow up on those promises?
Oh no, he definitely deserved to die. I wanted him dead. I just think of like his last thoughts, where it's just like, well, none of that was fair.
That was fair.
Chris, your favorite character?
I'm gonna say the screeching eel.
Oh my gosh.
The one appearance that screeching eel.
The 3 seconds of scream time.
I will say
that eel stole the show for Chris.
Very big impression on me as a child as well. Even today, like every time I go into water or look at a body of water, I'm like, there are giant eels in there.
See, that's
I know it.
That's the one thing that I don't have is like that. Oh man, I remember this, like seeing that part as a kid.
Which
so
it raises the question. If eels are giant and rats are giant, what else are giants?
Ooh, I wonder if chickens are giants.
Giant bears.
Well, we know the horses aren't.
Oh yeah, that's
This
true.
is true.
But like,
I
okay,
guess
is this a
selective.
world full of monsters and magic, or is this supposed to be relatively the
It's
same world?
Kind
or...
of. It's relatively the same world because Vicini's from Italy and he's Fezzik's from Greenland.
Yeah, and like
That's
you
true.
know, they did mention spells and magic, but I don't think
Oh,
they
the other guy's from
Spaniards.
Spain.
and like they didn't go as far as to mention like dragons and such. You know.
I mean, they had Miracle Max, but all he made was a pill.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was more of a witch doctor.
Yeah.
It's honestly a smart move to create a universe where you can expand it by the things where you're just like, I'm just going to throw it in there. You know,
You
like
as vague as
like
possible.
yeah. Instead of setting up a universe where you have to play by those rules the whole movie,
Yeah.
you're just like, we'll keep it simple. We get to this. Oh, they needed a sorcerer. Cool.
This is
There's
more
magic
like
now.
Wales.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So,
Magic
How about you,
Wales.
Kiana?
favorite character?
Oh no.
You knew the question was going to get around to you.
She's been desperately trying. She's like, maybe they'll forget about me. You're the only girl here. There's 4 of us.
I
Like,
don't move.
Say Princess Alonway.
I mean, obviously, I don't like Buttercup.
Oh.
She annoys me.
The witch. Boo! She haunted my nightmares forever. Like, she still pop in every once in a while. Where it's like, oh, this is actually really cool. I can fly. And then I'll see her as I'm flying over it and just hear, boo! And then I just fall through the ground.
She
Yeah,
could have
I
been killed
remember-
for that, right?
Well, I would
If
assume.
it wasn't a dream, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
that's
it wasn't
like.
a dream. And she's like, are you going to let her talk to you like this?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll allow it.
Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but not a lot of people turned around when all this yelling started. They were like, a lot of them were still looking up at Engelbert and Humperd something. What was it? It was a
Humperdinck.
dumb name.
Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
They would have had a bunch of dumb
No,
names
she
over
gets a
it.
lot of arrows inside of her. She's gonna be a little pincushion if she starts booing like that.
Right?
He
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a very.
But still,
Loving
even though it's
monarch.
a dream,
The what?
He doesn't seem like a very, understanding or cherishing monarch. If he
No.
sees someone booing his bride, like, and then
and shoot.
and she's a little porcupine.
Yeah. She's got like
Porcupine.
50 arrows all around her. Anybody else object?
Anyone else object? No. Okay. Wedding gifts.
Yeah.
Bring me her body.
County still had to answer the
She
question.
was like, she was scary.
It would have to probably be Wesley.
Wesley. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
He is probably one of the best parts about that movie.
Oh, for sure.
He's just
Consistent.
funny and honestly, he's very cute.
Yeah.
He's
No,
charming.
he's dreamy.
Looking.
Yeah.
He is.
He was okay. So smart, charming, good looking. He can fight. He's a pirate. Like, what doesn't he have going for him?
The
Oh.
mask. The mask did it for me.
Oh yeah.
As long as he covers up most of his face, he's pretty
He did predict the future in that way. It's like, I think everyone will be wearing them in the future.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I totally, when he said that, I looked at you, Ben, and
I
I was
know.
like, oh my god,
This is Wesley magic.
it's happening.
I mean, it's bound to be right sooner or later.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's been how long since that movie?
87?
8.
It was made
Really?
in '87.
I think so.
Dang. So I mean, that's like me saying Eric's gonna trip and fall, and then
Yeah,
30
but
years
check.
later you trip and fall. And it's like, got him.
I mean, you're probably not
Trust
going to
me,
wait
it's
30 years.
probably
Yeah, I was
happening
going to say
tomorrow.
you don't have to wait 30 years.
That happened today.
I fell today. I tripped and fell today.
But I think we've talked this movie to death. We went from beginning to end.
Yeah, I'm right. It's 1987.
Nice. Do we have any other fun trivia facts? We'll do that. This is the fun trivia facts maybe section.
Wesley got knocked out by the six-fingered man when he hit him on the head with the sword. In
It's-
real life.
Because it didn't look like he actually hit him.
No, but
The way it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but in real life, he woke up in the hospital with
Like
stitches.
the actor actually
The
woke
actor.
up in the hospital.
I don't imagine he was wearing the same everything, like the mask and all.
He's just
Wakes up in character. Hello.
Yeah, that or how he did in like the movie, where it's like, "I'll take you both on." He just wakes up and he saw Fassini in the scanner. He's like, "I'll take you both on the pass. Let's go." Why can't I move?
In the hospital, yes.
You are no longer in character. This is a real hospital. Is that it? Is that all? We'll get better. We'll work on this section of the podcast.
Yeah, this is literally our first podcast.
Wait, what?
So.
Really? Trivia? What?
Trivia. That might be real, maybe, or not. Or maybe we'll find. Well, yeah.
Rob Reiner directed it.
Rob.
What else?
Reiner.
That's not really a trivia. That's just the director.
That is.
What else?
Also,
what else did he direct? You know.
Who is that?
I'm trying to think. South Park made fun of him. I know that.
Oh well, you know you've made it when South Park makes fun of you.
Yeah,
I'm sure South Park has made fun of me.
He was
made fun of everybody. Like,
if you remember the episode of South Park where he's doing
his
the
name,
Rob Reiner. He's against smoking. He's an anti-smoking guy, but he's just like stuffing his face every 3 seconds. It's like people should worry more about their health.
Rob Reiner.
I liked it though. Like, if we're doing ending thoughts, I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah,
It is. It's something I could definitely watch again.
Love it.
Okay, so I do recognize this director.
Oh, I don't.
I think he was in New Girl. I think he's the dad in New Girl, but let me see. Yeah, Princess Bride, 1987. He also did When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stand By Me.
Another Billy Crystal movie. Whoa, he
Yeah.
directed Stand By Me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the other
Interesting.
one I was remembering.
That's a really, really good
Misery.
movie.
That's a
Stephen King.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so is Stand By Me.
Yeah, A Few Good Men.
If you could
The
remember
Bucket
that.
List. Wolf of Wall Street. What?
I thought
This guy's
Scorsese
all
did
over
that.
the place.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, if he ever listens to this, good for you. Good for you, man.
You will.
Didn't know who you were 10 seconds ago, but
Right.
good for you.
Sleepless in Seattle, like,
Yeah.
he's made a good career.
That's actually another good movie.
So, all right, are you going to play closing music, or how does this work?
Sure,
Is it the same as the opening music?
It can be. It can change every single time because I have unlimited music that I just make.
From your friend.
There we go.
Logo!
With a sick trap beat.
And then our names, preferably us in cartoon form. And
like that.
Close.
Yeah.
Hi!